welcome to Battle of the Christmas Movies between Lifetime and Hallmark. Alright, first of all, woohoo! We did it! We made it through. And I'm saying we because I'm acting as if you guys watched it with me. But let's do this, alright? It is over. It's done with. I am so happy and thankful. I mean, this is by far the first time I would say in this year that I've been consistent with actually doing something. So yes, I am truly proud of myself from sticking it out and not quitting, because there were a couple times it was a bit bumpy and I wanted to be like, oh, I'm done with this. But I stuck it out and we did it. It's done. I'm happy. I had a good time. It was fun, but I'm glad that I don't have to stick to that sort of routine again. So, alright, woohoo! We did that. Okay, so Lifetime, Hallmark, their Christmas movies. I would say by far I did enjoy them, but I will list my top 6. You're probably saying, well, why not is it top 5 or top 10, why 6? Truly because I couldn't just stick to 5. I figured I felt a little bit more comfortable going with 6, just because that's just what I want to do. So my top 6 is Christmas Ever After, A Christmas Break, A Merry Little Christmas Wedding, Christmas Unwrapped, Cross Country Christmas, and Love Light Hanukkah. So I've been kind of going back and forth, but I think I'm comfortable with that being my top 6. Alright, so yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I realized that majority of that, I believe, was from Lifetime. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I believe for me, Lifetime takes it all. Woohoo! Lifetime. And I'm going to explain why. So already I did find that I enjoyed more movies from Lifetime. Not to say that Hallmark didn't have good movies either, but they did. I just found that my favorites tended to come from Lifetime frequently. But yes, so there's no bias here or anything like that. It's just, yeah, I seem to enjoy Lifetime's production far more than I did with Hallmark. But like I said, once again, not to say that Hallmark's movies weren't great, because they actually were. I did enjoy them. I really did. They had good ones as well. What can I say? I just thought with Hallmark, they were good, don't get me wrong. They were good. But like I said, with Lifetime, I don't know, caught my eye, funny enough, more than Hallmark did. But alright, so similarities, I would say between chemistry, I would say they're pretty equal. Between Lifetime and Hallmark, they're pretty equal on the chemistry part. There were some that I thought were better than others. Oh my gosh, actually, scratch that. Oh gosh. Okay, so I said my top 6. Okay, it's really hard. But instead of Christmas, alright, I'm gonna have to put in a Christmas tree grows in Colorado. Okay, I realized I really did like that one. So either top 7, but I'm still gonna go back to top 6. So I'm gonna trade Christmas Unwrapped for A Christmas Tree Grows in Colorado and just go with that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna go with. And I liked it. So now it's pretty cool. But yeah, in regards to chemistry, I thought it was they were pretty equal, and that was great. That's why total both of them got 160 points. Lifetime 160 points. Hallmark. But yes, I will say this is where the differences come in hand. After going through both networks' pictures and everything like that, because I wanted to know in regards to diversity and representation, I have to say Lifetime will take this, because they had by far more diverse characters as well as representation. Now, interesting enough, when I watched this particular movie, Christmas Ever After, with Ali Stroker, She played the lead actress in this. I did not realize she was in a wheelchair because obviously I'm legally blind, so I can't actually see any of these movies visually, but I can hear them and listen to them. So when we were going through the pictures and everything of all the different characters and the different actors, both for Lifetime and Hallmark, my friend pointed out to me when it came to Christmas Ever After, it's like, oh, she's in a wheelchair. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, she's in a wheelchair. I was like, she is? I was truly surprised because typically when someone has some form of disability, they're very quick in these movies at times to point it out or create a whole storyline about it and all this stuff, you know. So I was genuinely surprised to find out she's in a wheelchair, and I didn't know it because they never mentioned it. And you may wonder, like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? No, it's a wonderful thing that they didn't mention it, because I'm always like, I've been like this for a really long time now. I'm just like, you know, I want to be an actress. I love acting and everything like that. But being legally blind and knowing that my vision now has changed drastically from how it was, because I could definitely tell you not a lot of people knew that I couldn't see back then as opposed to now, because I use a cane and everything. So it's like, yeah, they know now, but back then it wasn't so obvious. Especially, you know, I played it off pretty well. Not that I was trying to play it off, but just, you know, it just wasn't obvious that I could not see, not unless I really said it and they could see me like hit a wall or something, then, you know, they knew there was something off. But yeah, so I always said, yeah, I want to be in an action film, and I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm this blind person, you know, which is cool. Obviously, if you know me, obviously you're gonna know, well, she can't see and she's doing all these cool things in the movie, really cool. But I want it to be that I'm just, you know, acting without having to have some form of a disability, I suppose, you know, that they would say. So I was really, really excited to know that Lifetime did this, because it doesn't happen too often. And I was so interested to learn more about it that I looked her up and I looked up an interview, and she was like, yeah, she hasn't seen anything done like this either, where it's just not, you know, part of a storyline, you know, that they make it so that it's understandable, but it was just a woman that happens to be in a wheelchair, that she falls in love. It's not that she's in a wheelchair and she's falling in love. It's like she just, you know, that's not the point of this movie. That's not the point of the film. The point is she falls in love. Okay? It's not that, oh, she's, you know, disabled and she finds love. No. Because it happens every day, you know. It's about who she is as a person and not about her being in a wheelchair. So I was absolutely surprised, happily surprised that they did this, and it gave me more hope, because you need to sort of see this, you know, you need to, the fact that I didn't know, okay, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know, they didn't mention it. Oh wow, that's a good thing they didn't mention it. And it still very much made my top 6 videos. Yeah, it made my top 6 because I genuinely just liked the movie. And I didn't know about her being in the chair and, oh, did that sway me or anything because there was representation now. It's like, no, I didn't know. I just genuinely liked the movie. And now that I do know, it makes me love it even more, just because they thought to do that. They need to do more of it. All these networks, they need to do more of it. And hopefully one day I will be one of those representations. But yes, I definitely loved that, and it was very interesting to find that out. I felt good. It felt good, and it like I said, it gave me more confidence to know that, hey, I feel like I'm on the right track. I'm not always gonna have to write these stories myself, that people are finally waking up and catching up to what has just always been. and how it should be, and I was just really happy to know that. So in regards to diversity representation, there were a lot more people of different ethnicity, different backgrounds in the Lifetime productions as opposed to the Hallmark. Now you'd probably say, oh well, Lifetime had more movies than Hallmark, but this is where I would say stop right there. No. Yes, Lifetime had more movies than Hallmark, but Hallmark's got two different networks. Or two different channels, I should say. They've got Hallmark and they've got Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And I shouldn't have to tally up two different channels to create an equal amount to one channel's form of representation and diversity. So yes, Lifetime did about basically half the movies had different ethnicities and representation and all that. Half of their movies did, and half of the total number. And with Hallmark, it was I don't know, I think there were like 6 out of 20 or 20 something of just that one channel. Now I didn't watch the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries just because that would be too much. But yeah, I did watch that, and I just strictly stuck with just the Hallmark channel itself. So, hence Lifetime versus Hallmark. So for me, I do feel like equally, yes, chemistry and everything, they were right on with that. And storylines too were pretty good. But when it came to representation and diversity, I have to give it to Lifetime. For me, I just felt like I enjoyed a lot more of Lifetime's movies. But at the same time, in my top 6, I realized it's pretty equal nonetheless in the movies I liked. So I'm going to recap that again because I'm like, scratch that. So yeah, it'll be Christmas Ever After, The Christmas Break, Christmas Tree Grows in Colorado, A Merry Little Christmas Wedding, Cross Country Christmas, and Love Lights Hanukkah. Yeah, I feel really comfortable with that list now. Yes, for sure. For sure, I feel really good about that list. So yes, 3 from Lifetime, 3 from Hallmark. That was the list. So yes, all in all, I have to say, like I said, it was a commitment I was really glad that I made. This was pretty good. I don't know if I'll do this again, but I did realize there is a lot, okay? A lot of Christmas movies being made nowadays, and I can't possibly watch them all, but I did find myself, I was captivated about the ones that aired on OWN. So who knows, if I decide to do this again, I might add the OWN network. I just need to figure out the lineup, how they show it and everything like that, because I wasn't really sure when they did show OWN's Christmas movies. It wasn't until like the very end that I just realized, oh, they're doing it again. But I noticed anytime I watched them, I actually liked it. They have good ones, and of course it's OWN, so there will definitely for sure be representation and diversity, and if there wasn't, that would be a no-go, but there is, obviously. So I don't know, I might check that out next time. But yes, all in all, back to Lifetime and Hallmark. This was fun. It was something I really decided last minute to commit to, and to really just say, okay, I'm going to do this, be something cool to do. You can't really do anything else. And yeah, with my up and down emotions, I was like, yeah, I'll probably stick to it because I'm going to watch it either way, or at least try to. Why not make a video out of it, right? So yeah, that was Lifetime versus Hallmark, and Lifetime is the winner for me, in my opinion. But yes, I truly liked this experience. It was fun. I hope you all enjoyed it right along with me. But yes, I'm truly happy it's done with. It's going to be the new year. Sadly, we're still going to be dealing with this whole COVID situation going on, but hopefully it's going to only get brighter from here on out. Yes, we've dealt with the bad, in comes the good. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things are going to get better. But yes, I do hope you enjoyed this experience right along with me, and I hope that you'll be continuing to check out the rest of the things I'll be creating on this channel. And do be sure to check out my other channel, which is Lovelin Anwuzia. Check out my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Lovelin. And I will see you guys next time in the new year. Hope you have a lovely one. God bless. Bye.